everyone, so I just wanted to give you a little tour of my grandparents' garden. I have nicknamed it the fairy garden because that's what it reminds me of. It gives me that sort of feeling. It puts my gardening to shame, to be honest. My grandparents take great care of it. My nan, she's kind of the one who looks after all of the flowers and treats them and repots them and organises them, and my granddad tends to do a lot of he likes to grow vegetables. So like when my nan will cook casseroles and homemade recipes, half the time the ingredients are what my granddad has cooked. So the first few bits of the footage is actually when it had been raining quite a bit for at least 2 days. But then later on I come back to visit them again in a couple of weeks and it's sunny, so you get to see the garden in all of its sunny glory. So I'm doing a voiceover while the video plays, so I could be wrong on where I am in the tour, but you'll see a spiky purple plant twice. I think you see it twice, and it's one of my favourite plants in the garden because I find it so fascinating because it's spiky, and it's a type of thistle. There's also a white one as well, but it's significantly taller than the purple one, and I don't think I actually got any footage of it, unfortunately. But the purple one I would love to grow one day in my own garden. There is also a pond that my grandparents have, and they have newts in the pond. So it's always fun to look into the pond, and you can spend hours there trying to see if you can find a newt. They also have loads of wind chimes. I think the only one that works now is the metal one, but they used to have wooden ones, but eventually the wooden ones it's kind of, I guess they rot away from water damage, but they're a really nice sound, but you can hear the metal one. There we go, I found some toadstools. I'm going to take a picture and use them as reference. There's some more in the back there as well. Oh, they're so cool. And there's some little ones hiding here, and then some more really big ones hidden up there. So here is my finished sketch of the toadstool, which is also the Fly Agaric that you saw me kneeling down and taking a video of. And I hope nobody's walking past watching me while I was doing this, because they either thought I was talking to myself or the toadstool. So I just wanted to go ahead and talk about how much I love this pencil. It's a Faber-Castell, I want to say 9000. Yeah, I think that's correct. Pencil, and I love it so much. It's a big, thick, chunky pencil. I bought it on a whim because it was like half off or something, and I've never drawn with like a chunky pencil that isn't obviously a joke pencil, but I love the control this pencil gives me. I could talk for hours about how much I love this pencil, and once this pencil is been used, I'm definitely going to be rebuying the exact same one because I love it. Anyway, yeah, so just me talking about how much I love this pencil. So now I have got the illustration, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start inking it. And I was inking it with the fountain pen watercolor on top technique that I love so much, and I've been doing a lot recently. I'm participating in Cara's Plantober again, like I did last year, although I have missed a couple of days already, but that's fine. So I wanted to combine Plantober with a bit of Inktober, because I didn't want to do Inktober in a whole, like all of it, but I wanted to add ink to my illustrations, so that's what I've been doing. Just a little disclaimer here. Originally, this little video of the inking process was actually upside down. I tried to record it in one whole inking process, but I took my recording device out of the ring light, paused it, put it back into the ring light the wrong way around, so it was upside down. So I had to go in, do some editing magic and turn it the right way around. Now I'm going ahead and I'm starting to add watercolour to the ink illustration, and as you can see, I mean, I think I've shown it on this channel many times how much I love the reaction between a fountain pen ink and watercolour, and sometimes depending on how long you let it dry can vary how the ink reacts, you know. So like if you add more water you get more of a reaction, if you let it dry longer, the ink, I mean, if you let the ink dry longer, sorry, if you let the ink dry longer, you can get a less of a ink-y effect. I hope that makes sense. As I said that made no sense to me, and if you understood it, well done. Really well done. So anyway, so when I was doing this, the photograph that I took of the toadstool was so intricate and had so many different like little details between the leaves and the soil, and there was some little rocks and sticks and twigs and stuff. I did the ink line and wash technique that I love to do, simply because it's a nice way of giving the illusion of getting details without having to worry about every tiny little detail. And sometimes I love detailed artwork, but I'm not good at it. Sometimes I can really overwork something and make it look overcrowded, and the amount of drawings or illustrations I've ruined by just going overboard and trying to get every tiny little detail. Sometimes it's better to do, oh, what's the saying, less is more. That's correct, isn't it? Yeah, that's the correct saying. That's the saying I was going for. Less is more. I think I also forgot to mention that I did put masking fluid on I don't know what they're called, the white dots on the toadstool. If you know what they're called, please tell me. Actually, I might Google it afterwards to, you know, and then like put it in writing on the video itself. So here is my finished illustration of the Fly Agaric, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think it was a good choice using ink and watercolour. So unfortunately I didn't record the other pages that I did based on the walk that I went on when I found the toadstool. So here's just a little bit of a tour of it. So I have a sparrow that I saw in the tree painted, an acorn that had fallen down, and I think I did end up drawing a robin later on as well. I was so happy to be finally able to get rid of the heat and walk in the cooler weather of October. I'm very heat sensitive, so the walks were a lot more unbearable during the summer. So just before I started this recording, my dog, who I was walking at the time, stuck his nose into the camera and all the flowers I was trying to record. While on that walk, I came across this super cool toadstool. Look how shiny it looks. It almost looks like metal. So I was just going around and recording all the foliage, and look how bright these berries are. They're so beautiful, and I did actually take a photo as a reference, and I was thinking I'd make a very nice reference for a winter painting in the winter months. I thought that'd be a good idea. I'm now going to say goodbye and leave you with this very fuzzy, very zoomed in footage of a flying buzzard and some very noisy wind. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog, I guess I could call it. Anyway, goodbye.